this set up. Let me get this set up right quick. Welcome in, welcome in. Hold on. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Double tap the screen and shut a live out, man. Hold on. Where am I live? Why is it not showing me live on anywhere else? Is this live public? Okay, we are live. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Let me get a poll up here. What's up, Cardino? What's up, Cardino? Let me get a poll going up here, man. Create poll. Got the poll. Y'all double tap the screen and shut a live out, man. We finna get straight into it. I want to know, would you leave your church over the polls? The IRS just handed the churches the keys. I got a few clips over here we're going to get into. I want some call-ins. Let me get the phone number up there. Let me get the phone number. Somebody drop the phone number in the comments for me. 512-843 1334. That's gonna be the call in right now. That's gonna be the call in number. Call in. That's gonna be the call in number. We're gonna get that right there to the side, out of my damn face. Start Q&A. Start Q&A. Appreciate that, Art of War. You said, am I Cowboy Carter? No. No. I'm Codeine Cowboy Plug. Right now, I'm a Reposado Warrior. That's what we talking about. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We finna get into it. I got the message pinned. I told y'all about my thoughts and situations on this. I did not know. Somebody sent me clips of Trump saying this years ago. Trump said that this would happen years ago. Let me see if I can find the clip. Trump said that this was happening years ago. 8 years ago, Trump vows to end ban on churches making political donations. So 8 years ago, Trump got up there and he was saying, like, look, I'm tired of it of y'all not being able to donate to churches. If you like a candidate, you should be able to go for that candidate as a church. But we gotta look at the other side of that. What is the other side of that? There are gonna be churches out here campaigning against candidates. So imagine you riding down the street and you see your local church, whatever, I'm not even gonna put a name on the church. You see your local church over there, right? And they have signs of politicians' faces out there saying don't vote, or they're running newspaper ads saying don't vote, or they're running social media ads saying, hey, do not vote for this person if you vote for this person. Now, picture being a member of that congregation. Picture being a member of that congregation, man. That's what we finna talk about today, man. That's what we finna talk about. Let me make sure I got everything working. Let me make sure I got everything working. Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube. Okay, we got that. Welcome to the greatest show on YouTube. Now let me get to intro mode. Let's get into intro mode. Let's get into intro mode. Where is the intro mode? Y'all double tap the screen. You said, if so, find a new church. Okay, we finna talk about it. You said very simple. What if it's a church you've been part of for 20 years? You've been donating to it for 20 years. Is it gonna be that easy to just leave the church? Yay, nay? Yay, nay? Will it be that easy to leave the church? I don't think it's gonna be that easy. I don't think people are really understanding the ramifications of these things. I don't think people are understanding the crashing out that could potentially happen when we're talking about mortality. We're talking about everlasting life. We're talking about mortality. Let's get in the intro mode. Damn, I can't hear nothing. Why is it not playing? You said you would have known? I would have known what? All right. Let's go. Here it goes right here. Here goes the clip. I got it right here.
campus this morning. Mr. Trump was...
Religion is a sacred right.
President Trump's vow delighted religious leaders gathered at the end.
Where the hell is the clip? Here you go, right here. Here go the clip.
I will get rid of and totally destroy the Johnson Amendment and allow our representatives of faith to speak freely and without fear of retribution. I will do that, remember.
So now, he said he would do that 8 years ago. Now, here we are in 2025, and we seeing it come to fruition. We're seeing it come to fruition. You said 20 years at the church, and you would have known where they stand, correct. But you know that a lot of people don't talk about politics in church. A lot of people don't. What if you thought your pastor was, this way, but hey, man, maybe he was an independent, but the right campaign donation came. You said nowadays you got to fill out paperwork to join the church. Yeah, I'm not filling out no paperwork to join no church, man. I don't know where the hell they doing that at. Where are they filling out? I know the offering slip you got to write in, whether it's going to the pastor's fund or whether it's going to tithes or whatever, but I don't know about filling out no paperwork to join a church. I don't think I've been there. Hey, hold on. Y'all, hold on. Give me a second. I got to grab this piece. Damn, I got a lot going on. You said they want that. Do y'all see if I got memberships up here or not? Can y'all see? Tap that button. Is that a membership? Do y'all see where the memberships and super chats and shit is at? I gotta make sure. This is my first one. It's my first live like that. You said looking to scan, you would literally have to fill out how much you make for many people. Damn. Hold on. You said no. See, I have a little dollar sign up here. I don't know why y'all aren't seeing it. It don't say the super chats or nowhere. Yeah, I'm supposed to be monetized, but if y'all not seeing super chats or memberships, then I don't know what the hell is going on. The church wants to know how many people are coming in, how much money they're making, if they all live together. You say in the bottom right corner? Okay. All right. That's crazy. I did not know that. Let's see. You said you see it on the computer? Art of War is the first member of the channel. Let's go, Art of War, with the first channel membership. Let's go, Art of War. Let's see if you got some green writing, Art of War. This really a test live. I'm finna come back live. This was a test live to see if that worked. You said looking to go on online, try to join the church right now, act like you're interested in it. See what kind of hoops you have to jump through. Let me see. All right, let's see. Let's see. Join an online church. Form. which may have online resources or forums. I don't know. We cannot provide a description to the page right now. I don't know, y'all. I'm glad the membership's working though. You said not an online church, but your neighborhood church. See, I'm from Arkansas, so it's probably a little different where I'm from. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It's probably a little different where I'm from because I'm from Arkansas. You said check both. A local church by me. See, what kind of churches is it? Would this be all churches? Would it be like Baptist? You know what I'm saying? Would it be like, what kind of churches are asking for this information? I would think it would kind of be more of an uppity church asking for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think your little regular local pastor that still goes, has a regular job, you know, I don't think he looking for no forum to see how much he made. Let's hear what they're saying.
Long time, but really hasn't been enforced against churches. But the practical reality is just the existence of that on the books for a long time. It really hasn't been brought against churches. It's very rare for a church to have actually lost its tax-exempt status. If you go back and look over the years, there's maybe a handful of times where that has ever happened, and I believe the instance where it did would involved a church actually taking out, I believe, a actual ad in a newspaper or other publication explicitly opposing a political candidate. So it's something that's been on the books for a long time, but really hasn't.
Appreciate that, Art Award, for the first super chat of my YouTube career. We've been here for a year. Thank you for everybody that has ever supported me. Every single person that has ever came through my live stream, double tap the screen, shared the live out. Every single person that has sent the donation. We are here now. Art Award is the first member of the channel and the first super chat of the channel, man, on this test live right here. This was really just a test live. I know Benny Johnson, everybody else live right now with 60, 70,000 people in there, but thank you for the continued support, and I know it's working now.
Enforced against churches, but the practical reality is just the existence of that law on the books has chilled the speech of pastors for many, many years. Recall just in this last election cycle, I saw clips of sermons circulating, and there was a pastor at an African-American church who basically said that he consulted with lawyers before talking about something political in the church, and that just seemed ludicrous to me. The thought that a pastor would have to go to lawyers and otherwise contact politicians to talk about, well, what can I say from the pulpit, was ludicrous. And in that instance, funny enough, it was a pastor who then went on to give a quasi-endorsement to Joe Biden back when he was running for re-election. And so that's something else to bear out of this, is that this has now happened is a sea change, and it enables freedom for people of all political persuasions. They shouldn't have to go to lawyers if their faith calls them to endorse one candidate or another, or they feel like one candidate's positions on the issues aligns better with their religious beliefs. People across this country have values, and they're going to vote according to those values, and that includes people of faith. And so we should no longer operate under this delusion that people of faith should not be guided by their religious principles in making voting decisions in the same way among churches.
You said by claiming? What you talking about, Ern? But what I was saying is, chat, I just had my oven on in there. It says 400 degrees. I had the pizza in there, and the pizza not done. Like, is my heating element going out? Like, why is my oven saying it? Why is it not cooking my shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm finna have to get the people over here.
Well, and so let's talk about the language and the change, right? Because the IRS for 70 years, this has been upheld and strengthened, this Johnson Amendment. Now we have the IRS in this court filing basically saying if a church is communicating, I want you to correct any of this, or this is my understanding of this. If a church is communicating, or a pastor from the pulpit or through any other church communication to the audience, it's similar to a family conversation. It's something that should be permissible about a candidate, for or against a candidate.
The oven was hot, but the little thing at the bottom that normally be orange, it wasn't orange at the bottom, but the oven was hot.
Churches are not at risk of losing their 501c3 status if they engage in this. Would that be sort of the correct understanding of what the IRS is now stating? Now, this isn't finalized yet, but that is what they are saying in this document, correct?
That is what the IRS is saying in this court filing. What they're saying is that if you are a religious organization, if you're a church, and you communicate normal needs to your members, be it through the pulpit or through newsletters that you send out, email. Obviously, in today's world, there are many more means of technology of communicating than there were when this law was first implemented in the 1950s. But if you are using your usual means of communicating with your...
So they saying this law came out in the 1950s. They said Johnson did not want to lose to another candidate that had a strong backing. The other candidate had a lot of funding he didn't want to lose. So, they enacted this.
You are allowed to endorse political candidates. You are allowed to sort of have that family conversation. And I think that that's a great way of thinking about this. I mean, churches in general use they refer to each other as brother and sister, father. So churches think of themselves already as a big family in a lot of ways. And so this new filing in the court implements this widespread understanding by churches that when we're talking about these issues as a family, it's basically the same thing as gathering around the kitchen table with your family and having these sorts of... is telling you what you can or can't say. Our gut reaction is that is unconstitutional. That is not the way our society should work. The government should not be able to restrict the content of your speech.
So, do y'all think that's unconstitutional? Like being able to, not being able to speak on politics and things of those sorts? Do y'all think that's unconstitutional? This fucking mad, bro. It's the same damn one. Do y'all think that's unconstitutional? Not being able to speak, like not being able to endorse a candidate, not being able to slander another candidate, not being able to run full page ads for or against a candidate. Do y'all feel like that's unconstitutional? Thank you, Essence, for the second membership. Thank you, Essence, for coming to the round table of plugs. I'm telling y'all, a lot of my content, I'm going to put it to members only because so we don't get reported. So a lot of these lives are going to go after the live. They're going to go to members only. I do have an interview coming tomorrow. I have a really big interview scheduled. I actually got it locked in so I can talk about it. It's an artist. He was signed to Devontae Swing. You know what I'm saying? He's ready to tell his story. He's getting ready to drop an album. I think his album's called The Bad Boy of Everything. He's getting ready to drop his album. He's going to give me the first interview. He's getting ready to do his press tour. He's getting ready to do his run. I just got done talking to him. He's ready to sit down, man. He want to sit down over here, give us the exclusive interview first. He said he does want the chat to interact. He does want the chat to interact. You said for who? A business or a church? Would you leave your church over? Ask the question again, Seven. Ask the question again. cooking. Hold on. Yeah, Chad, I don't know what's going on, man. The damn oven's not cooking the pizza, man. I'm finna have to get these people over here. You said you just popped in. You missed the premise. You said, is it unconstitutional for who to not be allowed to express an opinion? The church. Yes, correct. Is it? They're saying that this law, the Johnson put in is impeding on freedom of speech, because they're saying that if they go prior to this, if you endorsed a political candidate or went against a political candidate, you would lose your tax exempt status as a church. Now, that's not the case anymore. So I'm asking you, was it unconstitutional, or should there be some checks and balances? Should these churches be able to run freely? Because I'm saying for the longest, like, y'all can call it what you want. A lot of these churches is laundering money. A lot of this money is going to be funneled in through the church and out through a political campaign. Straight up, that's what's finna go on. A lot of this money is going to be funneled in through the church and it's going to be funneled out through a political campaign. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Why is that? Because churches are one of the only places that receive a lot of cash. A lot of cash. A lot of cash. A lot of cash. You said that was a check and balance. It was. See, it's not for one of these mega churches or these larger churches with 3, 4, 5, 2, 3,000 members. $75,000, $80,000, $90,000 on a Sunday is nothing to them. Nothing to them. They might report 75,000, 80,000. They could have really brought in 200. Why? Because they have a large influx of cash. This cash they can tuck to the side. Y'all, I'm not gonna just put it on there, but y'all wanna know why they finding money inside of church walls and shit? Have y'all ever thought about that? Everybody want to say, oh, it's an employee stealing and they was putting it away, or somebody. Maybe this was the cash that we just not going to report to the IRS. Maybe we tax exempt. Maybe this just, you know what I'm saying, the cash that's coming through. You know, a lot of this shit go on. I'm from the hood, man. A lot of these pastors be reformed dope boy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these pastors be reformed pimps. A lot of these pastors be reformed scam artists and shit, man. You said imagine hiding money. That's what I'm saying in the church. Y'all know that. I ain't gonna say the man in church, man. Y'all know they found all the damn money in that wall. Ain't nobody been able to explain it yet. Not a good enough the explanation that makes sense to me is y'all last one trying to report it. That's what makes sense to me. You said it seems the 1A comes into play, and I personally respect that important separation between church and state. Correct, but they're saying that the separation for church and state is an ideology. It's a theory. There's no actual documentation that requires a separation between church and state other than shit, the Johnson shit. Let me see. You said that area code's near you? That's cool. When I was over there, I had set it up. Let me see. What was I finna look up? Oh yeah. Separation between church. Listen. It says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. That means the government cannot establish official religion or interfere with the individual's religious practice. The interpretation and application of this principle vary. So they actually don't have any legal jargon in there that separates the church and state. It says the principle has historical roots in early American history, where figures like Roger Williams, Thomas Jefferson advocating for a wall of separation between church and state. Williams, a Baptist minister, was first to publicly call for such separation in 1644, while Jefferson, what, 1644? That can't be right. That ass tripping. Anyways, it says Jefferson later popularized the phrase in his 1802 letter to the Danbury Baptist Association, emphasizing the importance of religious liberty. So it never was actually written in. It was a few people spoke on it, and Jefferson wrote a letter to the Danbury Baptist Association emphasizing the importance of it. But the First Amendment says that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. It never says that there has to be a separation between church and state. They're saying that you cannot make a national religion, or you cannot impede on anybody's religious practices. It doesn't say that it has to be separate. Churches leaders will not be flooded with wire transfers from businesses and corporations. Correct. They're gonna be I'm telling you, it's gonna be wires, it's gonna be cash, it's gonna be all kind of shit. All kind of shit. All kind of money is gonna be going through that church. All the churches. Now, what I want to know is this: if you've been at a church for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, and your church runs a campaign against, not even for a candidate that you don't like, but against a candidate that you do like, are you gonna stay at the church? Your church is paying for ads going against the candidate that you was gonna vote for. Your pastor's up there preaching a sermon, preaching against the candidate that you was gonna vote for. Everybody in the church looking around and shit. Is it just part of it? Yep, tell your people this and we will give you a donation, straight up. Hey, pastor, if you can come in, what you got, 2,000-3,000 members, you got another 3,000-4,000 members on line, you got about 7,000 members. I'll tell you what, you get about 5,000 of those members, come down there and vote for me, and I'll give you a little kickback. Give you a little kickback. You remember that trip you and First Lady wanted to go on? The trip you and First Lady wanted to go on for, last 3, 4, 5 years? We'll send you on it. Yes, sir, we will. Yes, sir, we will. Running church buses to the polling stations. It's gonna be crazy, Chad. It's gonna be crazy. It's hot. Damn, appreciate y'all for rocking with me. You said allowing the church to be a polling station. I never thought about that. They probably could allow the churches to be polling stations. They probably could allow the churches to be polling stations. see what's going on, man.
To plenty of controversy between faith leaders and legal experts. It all relates to a 1954 tax code provision saying churches and other nonprofits could lose their tax-exempt status if they participate or intervene in any political campaign. This could mean endorsing or even opposing a candidate in a race.
The rule has rarely been enforced.
That's crazy. Think about an entire church opposing you running for city council, an entire church opposing you running for governor, and then this finna start church beef. I don't think we've ever seen church beef. Like, we've seen religious beef, like this religion doesn't really fuck with this religion, or this religion doesn't really like this religion, but we finna see actual church houses beefing. That's finna be crazy. We finna see actual church houses beefing.
By the federal government. And Monday, IRS officials said communications in good faith by a church to its flock does not amount to, quote, intervening or affecting the outcome of a political campaign.
Now, while some congregations see a new freedom to speak openly about preferred candidates, others see
What up, RH?
campaign finance corruption,
Yo,
pressures
bitch
on
ass.
religious leaders, and an overall entanglement between, church and state.
Yeah, I've heard about that before. We've got our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, back with us to talk about implications of this ruling. Khalif, here we go. I mean, obviously, we're not trying to get, political money flowing into the pews here, but where's that legal fine line?
What you mean y'all not trying to get political money flowing into the pews? It's gonna be flowing in and out, both ways. No diddy.
Between political ads from the pulpit and just informing the flock, as we just said.
I don't know if it's that we don't want to have that occurring right now. I mean, I would think in 1954 and all the way up until the other day when the IRS made that statement, I think that was the belief that you did not want this to occur. There's a couple prerequisites before we can get to.
You said, why do leftists not want religion involved in the politics? I'm not leftist, you know what I'm saying? I'm independent, probably with more conservative values. The reason that I would say the separation between church and state should be there is because it's gonna get ugly. Like, it's finna get bad. Like, motherfucker, excuse my language, people are about to leave the churches in droves. This is not 50 years ago. This is not the 50, 70 years ago. We got social media here. They're not just gonna be, running newspaper ads. No, this finna be churches running YouTube ads, running Twitter ads, Facebook ads. They finna be talking grimy about these candidates, man. Churches finna be into it locally. Y'all think, I'm not saying y'all, just you, but a lot of people think about it on a presidential level. What about the local elections? What about the local churches that's finna endorse these politicians, or this judge that sent your cousin to jail for 30 years, and or this one judge that been taking back end deals, or this one person? Like, this is what's finna go on, and it's finna be in the church now. That's the difference. It's been going on, but now it's finna be in the church. Oh yeah, they finna be beefing. They finna be beefing all in the church.
Separation of church and state. In this situation, the major thing is first, it has to be done in good faith. The second portion is it has to be in the normal course of communication. So I think they've attempted to, even at a very minimum, to add some parameters where this doesn't turn into like the third stop of a campaign. Make no mistake about it, when you are campaigning and running for any office, be it, the local city council or for some national position, you're going to stop through the churches. It has to happen. Democrat or Republican, you have to go through the church circuit to be elected. Now, the churches make an endorsement. That's typically not happening. Are they even having conversations? Well, it tends on the church to church to be what kind of conversation happens. So back to that good faith, back to that normal course of.
So they saying it has to be in the normal course of action. What does that mean? Like, preaching, like you just in the sermon and you like, hey, and don't go over there and vote for Billy Joe Earl down there. Don't go vote for him. Is that normal course of action? I mean, I don't know what you mean.
You do. If you're a church that's already engaging in.
Thank you, Mama Money, for the becoming a member. Welcome to the round table of plugs, man. I got exclusive perks coming for everybody that becomes a channel member. And everybody that joins the round table, everybody that gets plugged in, I got some exclusive content for y'all. I got some shit coming, man, straight up. And all of the lives that I private instead of private them, I'm just gonna leave them on members only, too. So that's the off top. That's the first perk. That's the first perk. Is all the lives that I have right now. I have like over 300 lives that I'm not gonna put back public, but I will unlock them today for all the members, so y'all can go back and watch all the past lives whenever you want. I'm gonna unlock all those for the members.
Having candidates come and shake hands and introduce themselves, then this really doesn't change much. But if you're someone that was on the fringes, that was, we're not engaging and having anybody come into the church, then now this opens the door for you to at least feel a little bit more comfortable about it. But do I think that you'll see, like in the middle of services, campaign ads plastered on the screen? I don't think that that would be the start, because I take it back to in the normal course. Now, if you're...
You said imagine churches preaching transgenderism. That's what I'm saying. What if your church is struggling to keep the lights on and shit? They take a donation. You know what I'm saying? Now this candidate comes in here. Church don't know what the candidate finna say too much. You know what I'm saying? They really haven't aligned with them too much. They were struggling. Now this candidate come in here and start talking about transgenderism. What you gonna do? Oh, I'm having missed calls. Why is my shit not ringing? Somebody just called me. My shit on Do Not Disturb. Let me cut it back on. Let me turn the Do Not Disturb on. Let me call you back. What's going on, caller? Where you calling from? I don't know. I couldn't hear him. They didn't say nothing. You said this changes nothing. The churches are already doing it. Yeah, but they're not doing it openly. They're not doing it openly. They're not sticking campaign signs out in the damn church house lawn. I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen the pastor wrap his truck in some campaign shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta realize that these pastors is finna be getting gifts from these campaign donations. Picture the pastor pulling up Sunday in a damn wrapped truck for whatever candidate he likes.
Jammer.
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Jammer, and I'm from Toya.
They always do that shit, bro.
Damien.
Now this is the same one. What's up, Damien? Where you calling from?
Detroit.
Like, they got two phones, and they're literally sitting beside each other, breathing on each other's neck, calling me, man. Like, you don't even sound like you from Detroit, man. Like, look. It's not even a Detroit area code, bro. Let me block you, too. Let me get you the hell up out of here, too. Y'all gotta watch your kids. You said our country is 400 years old if you consider the colonies prior to the American Revolution. Anyway, putting his currency is worshiping mammon. Putting his on currency, I don't know. Yeah, Carlos, we monetize, man. We in here, man. We monetize. This the first monetized stream, man. We chilling right now, rocking out. We talking about the churches not losing their tax exempt status if they endorse a political candidate. Appreciate that, Carlos. Oh, you say Super Lions fan? Oh, I already blocked your number. Let me try to unblock you. Call in. Call back, Detroit. I just unblocked you. Call back. Because you were calling me the other day playing. Call back. You agnostic and pagan? I don't know much about agnostic and pagan. Sade Holloway, I didn't block you. Trump is starting to tax churches, so they taxing churches too. Nah, they said they're not taxing churches, man.
Damien.
What's up, Damien?
Well,
Not much. How you feel about this? I'm gonna let you get it together, Damien. I'm gonna let you get it together. All right. All right. All right, Damien. You can just get it together. How about that? You said, Pat, you're rude. I'm a grandmother and I know what I'm talking about. My best friend is running for office in Colorado. I'm not endorsing Trump. I'm letting you know what message is pulling. I didn't see that Trump is taxing churches. I just looked it up. I didn't see it. It actually said the opposite.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's going on, caller?
what's up?
What's up? Where you calling from? What's your name?
Yeah.
They ass ain't got nothing better to do. You said music. What made you become agnostic and pagan? What made you become agnostic and pagan? And do y'all have churches? And are y'all going to endorse political candidates? Who would the pagan church endorse? Who would the agnostic church endorse? What's up, Adina? You was raised Catholic? I don't get the correlation, but okay. We got 3 channel members. We got Art of War. We got Mama Money. We got Essence, man. 3 channel members. First live stream. Okay, now look out, YouTube. Unblock me. I lost the signal. No. You said, how do I call? Anthony, you call this number 512-843-1334. You said it's a long story. Call in, 7. Funny, you never see politicians in church until it's time to vote. You are a troll, Superline fan. You was trolling. You said run your churches like a business and get taxed. What it do, Leland?
To accept, press 1.
What's up, caller? Where you calling from? What's your name? Just hung up? Okay. Look, I'm finna call you back, Superline fan. I'm finna call you back. Answer the phone. You love Diddy? All Democrats love Diddy?
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the call from.
Why are black?
To accept, press 1.
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Anthony Perez. I'm calling from Bend, Oregon. I'm originally from Youngstown, Ohio, but I've been in Oregon for the last 3 years.
I'm a registered Republican. Always been conservative. My mother, who was blacker than tar, was a conservative. You grew up in our house listening to radio. It was talk radio, AM, Rush Limbaugh. My uncle was the first black superintendent of the Youngstown and Warren City schools. My first foray into politics was as a Republican. My original question is, why do black churches endorse Democrats? And do the average black American know the history of the Democratic Party? And if you do, how in God could you endorse them? I don't understand that.
Okay.
If you are a Christian, there is no possible way you should be endorsing a party that thinks it's okay to kill unborn babies.
Okay.
They believe men should be able to marry men. This is the Democratic Party I'm talking about. They believe that men should be able to marry women. Men. Women should be able to marry women. And they believe that the God of the Bible makes mistakes. This whole trans, why at its core is anti-God? Because it suggests that the God of the Bible makes mistakes, and he doesn't make mistakes. If you were born a boy, God wants you to be a boy. If you were born a woman, God wants you to be a woman.
Okay. I'm gonna speak to that though. Let me
vote Democrat again.
Let me push back on that too, caller. I'm not Democrat, but I am from the South, and my family was always preach to me Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. I'm independent myself. But I can say that it's indoctrination. Like the chat saying, parties have flipped multiple times, and it's kind of indoctrination. It's kind of people. This is what it is, and I'm gonna say it. My parents were very well educated. My parents made sure I was well read, but they weren't for a lot of questions. So if I was to say when my parents said vote Democrat, and I said why, I didn't get an answer, and I feel like that's what goes on in a lot of black households.
They inherently believe that because they're black that they should vote Democrat, because it's been lied to us for years that the Republican Party was a party of white people and a party of rich people. Just look at the turn that the Democrat Party has taken in just the last 10 years. And they will have Obama's administration, starting with him, to thank for the Democratic Party's downfall. That DEI, this transgender, all of this, that they didn't move too far to the left, and America voted overwhelmingly. They're done with that ideology. They don't want anything to do with it anymore.
How do you feel about what Obama said? I feel like Obama took a page out of my book. Throughout the election cycle, we were going really crazy, viral over here.
You know what Trump has proven? How many puppets we have had in that White House over the last 60 years.
Now, what I want to say to you is this, though. I got a question, caller. Hold on before you take off. I have a question. How do you feel about Obama saying that the Democrats need to stop crying in the fetal position and grow some balls, in so many words? They said that that's what Obama, they calling him the Democrat whisperer. That's what he's telling those people over there. I've been preaching that shit for almost a year now.
Listen. The Democrat Party wants to keep people down. Okay, that's all they want to do. They want to keep black people dependent on them. That's why they've been able to secure our vote for so many years, because they made it seem like they care when they really, really don't. Why would you not want a man to get up and go work, or a woman to get up and work, and incentivize staying at home on your ass and letting the government take care of you? That's all they've done.
So you are for the 64 and under being having to work 80 hours a month, right?
Man, listen. Do you know how many? Listen. Our country spends $400 billion a day on Medicaid. $400 billion a day. Look it up. $400 billion a day. They have, right now that we know of, 1.5 million illegal aliens.
But wouldn't the Democrats push back and say that that's big pharma overcharging for medications and procedures? Like a bag of saline is $200.
Listen. This has been the right's argument for years, that Obamacare is nothing but a scheme, and that's why you can't get most physicians don't take care of it. They have to create entities that would take Medicaid and Medicare, because most reputable doctors don't want to mess with it.
Okay, but still, that still doesn't tackle the question about Big Pharma charging $200 a bag for saline.
Oh,
You know,
no question, no question. But did you see one of the revisions in the big, beautiful bill? We
enlighten
are
me on it.
now, the United States, as far as prescription drugs go, we're going to pay the lowest, lower than the lowest country is paying right now.
I seen Mark Cuban just came out and done some things in the medical field, dropped the price of a lot of drugs that people need.
I just encourage people to do their research. I really, really, really do. Just do an open research on the Democratic Party and the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay, call it.
People might not know that every civil rights bill that was voted on and acted into Congress were done by Republicans.
Dad, can I have a tone now?
Yes, later. You can't come in.
And I like your talk. I thought you were. I just wanted to know why black churches are endorsing Democratic Party when they're nothing but baby-killing warmongers. I want to know, how do you reconcile being a Christian with voting for a party who think that it's okay for men to have sex with men, women to have sex with women, and it's okay to kill babies? I just want somebody to comment and reconcile that for me, please. You're black and you're a Democrat. You're a Christian and you're voting Democrat. Just please reconcile that for me. I want somebody to explain that to me. And I don't understand why more black preachers aren't being called on the carpet about that.
Okay, I got a couple hot takes for you, Carla, before we get you up out of here, man. Where do you see the country being? What do you see the country at when Trump leaves office, 2028? Do you think?
I'm telling you right now, I'm ecstatic. I'm giddy with excitement over the things that's taking place right now. Okay, and if you're working, listen, you're going to see the benefits immediately from this bill. Anybody who's working for tips, working overtime, collecting social, they should be, own a small business, they should be dancing in the streets over this bill.
They said, when was the last time you went to a black church, Carla?
Well, I'm in Oregon, one of the whitest cities on the West Coast.
So when was the last time you went to a black church?
I haven't been to a black church in a long time, and I don't even want to use that. I don't want to use that, a black church. Church is church. Church is church. I want to go where the gospel is being preached. I don't care what color they are.
Okay.
No person, I want to end with this, no person who calls themselves a Christian should be voting Democrat. It goes totally against your religion.
Okay, Carla.
Their whole credo at its core is anti-God. It's anti-God. For taking my call, man.
All right, now. Appreciate you, Carla.
You have a good rest of your day.
You as well. I'm open to call lines back up. If anybody wants to call in and rebut that, Super Lines fan, don't call my phone line playing. Don't call my phone line playing. You can share your opinion, but please don't call my phone line playing. Lala, thank you for the super chat, Lala. Y'all give Lala a like on her super chat. We have just now got monetized on super chats. We'll got priority. The members will have access to all of the past live plus a lot of exclusive content. We're gonna have one-on-one debates, and they're gonna be members only. Double tap the screen, shut it live. You said, what do I call? Let me unblock your number. What your number start with, Super Lines fan? What do your number start with? What do your phone number start with?
Call from.
Hey,
To accept, press.
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? Leland, thank you for the $2 super chat, Leland. Y'all give Leland a like on his super chat. Welcome in, caller.
my name's Jackson, and I'm in Arizona. I live in Washington.
Okay, caller. How do you feel about today's topic?
I mean, I'm not like the biggest in it, but like I feel like Republicans get way less taxes and stuff. Democrats no taxes and all that.
Okay, you're a little muffled. I'm gonna ask you to get a little clearer.
Like in being the Republican, like the president is way less taxes. As you can tell, taxes have gone way down, gas prices, everything. And on Democrat side, like all the taxes up.
Okay. All right, caller. The chat saying they can't really hear you, so I'm gonna drop you down, man. I appreciate you for calling in. You can call back another time when you get some better service. Yeah, that caller didn't have really good service. I couldn't really understand them either, chat. I'm calling you back now, Super Lions fan.
Hello?
What's going on, caller?
What's up? I just want to talk about, I think the taxes are bad.
Okay, why you trying to make your voice sound deeper? You can use your regular voice, man. It's all good.
No, I'm using a voice changer.
Okay, so you said the taxes are bad?
Yes?
Why? He did all of that. Had me unblock him just to call in back and get on some bullshit, bro. When the fuck does school start back, y'all? These kids need to take their ass back to school. See, right now, your ass will be getting ready to get on the bus, man. Y'all kids need to take y'all ass back to school. Hey, man, power to all the parents. Power to all of the parents out there, man. Power to all of the damn parents, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. You just dropped everybody out of my chat. We had like 40 people in here before you did that shit, little man. Ah, man. Here your little ass back to school. You says, does this host have TSF, Trump fellatio syndrome? No, I don't. Call out Trump. I call out the left. I call your ass out when you come in here talking shit. Coffee in a joint. I hope you kick that coffee over and spill it in your lap. How about that? It's crazy. Look, I'm finna get off of here, chat. I'm gonna come back in like 30 minutes. We're gonna do a different live, man, in like 30 minutes. I appreciate y'all for showing up for me. Appreciate all the new members for the channel. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate everybody that double tapped their screen. Wasn't a lot of y'all, but appreciate all of y'all, man. We finna get up out of here, man. We finna come back, man. The little homies done ruined it almost.